Hello, Andrea, and
Hi.
welcome to the Maintenance Analytics Summit here in Stockholm, to its first edition. Before we go on with further questions, can you please tell us more about yourself, your background, and the company that you are representing today?
Sure. So my name is Andrea Magnago, not a very Swedish name. I have a background from Southern Europe, but based in Stockholm. Have been working with a number of IT startups and young companies in the IT sector in the last 15 years. Joined Crosser last year to help the company expand and expand its presence internationally and grow the customer base. So joined Crosser, a Swedish company specialized and focused in IoT and in edge computing, which is an important building block also within predictive maintenance.
Oh, yes.
So that's our focus. So we don't do a lot of things, but what we do really well. So edge computing is what we do.
Great. So, Andrea, let's talk a bit on the general purpose of this summit first. Predictive maintenance is lately, if I may say, a hot topic when it comes to asset management and when it comes to maintenance in general. So, where do you see the biggest challenges when we try to deploy data and try to bring value within maintenance with its usage? And what is stopping companies to do this? It's quite challenging.
It is challenging, and I think there is not one single answer. But I think I will probably say the obvious things. Part of it is cultural and mindset. So companies need to take that leap of faith and start trying and testing without really knowing the end goal. That's what we also heard from some of the sessions. We don't really know where this is going, but it's going somewhere. So
yes,
you better be in that moving train. So I think one of the barriers is the uncertainty, and some people might not move and are scared of moving because of this uncertainty. But the reality is that you just need to go for it, and because the train is moving. So that's one, and I think also there's obviously a question mark on return on investments. But again, same discussion. And thirdly, also there's a cost aspect to this. There's a lot of pieces in the puzzle, and there's a cost in putting and integrating all these pieces in the puzzle. And what Crosser also tries to do is to simplify and reduce that cost, that barrier of entry, to get going in an easier way. And that's one of the things that Crosser does to make it easy to get up and running, really.
Yeah. Since you mentioned it, so from a technological aspect, from a solution aspect, how does Crosser help organizations accelerate in this area?
Well, we have a motto in some of our slides which says, no data, no party. And that means that it all starts from the data. So all the challenges and the issues with data collection, cleaning of data, normalization, preparation of data, it sounds simple, but actually a lot of IoT projects struggle with that. And if you don't solve the data issue, forget about AI and the digital twins and all of that. You need to get the data right, and that's something that we focus on in having a smart solution for collecting, cleaning, filtering the real-time data before passing it on for further analytics.
Yeah. We had an entire stage on data integration, as you can see.
Yeah.
So
no data, no party. That's the tagline for today.
Okay, so again, from your perspective, knowledge, since the train is moving, but there are surely some passengers that have not boarded yet. Okay, so if you would to give a suggestion to those companies that have not still embarked in this journey but considering it, what would that be? How should they start? What should be priority?
Yeah, I would say keep it simple. Focus on a specific area, maybe some pain area, maybe a low-hanging fruit, an area where you can test and start understanding really where this train is going, and just testing out. I think a lot of companies that are now in a good position didn't have a clue where they were going a few years ago, and now they're in a good position because they started testing. And I think I think that's my main advice. Just start with something, and things will happen. And of course, you need to also select the right tools that make it simple to get up and running. So again, simplicity is an important part, because again, there's so many different IoT platforms. There's so many building blocks out there. So there is a bit of complexity. So that's also a challenge. But anyway, forget about the complexity. Just be smart, start simple, and then get that experience.
Okay, one last question. What is the prediction in the near future?
The prediction in the near future, the train
end up.
There will be more trains, meaning that there will be more action for sure. I think there's been a lot of talk, and some early adopters and some of those people have really showed the way. So I think there will be more action, which is positive for the industry for sure. There are more people doing something. There also will be more, if we look at the IoT predictive maintenance, there will be a lot of on-premise IoT. So everybody is talking about cloud, but the reality is a lot of those people that are scared and don't want to move is because they have a lot of use cases where the data stays behind the firewall. So we will see, I think, much more of that, and technologies will need to embrace both scenarios with on-premise, purely on-premise scenarios, but also, of course, the traditional cloud scenario. And having a hybrid of both will be important as well. So I think that's also something that we'll see. And thirdly is make it simple, also from a technology perspective. We will see less building blocks, which creates confusion and complexity in having all these pieces together somehow and integrating them. So we will need to have more ready-made solutions out there. I think that's what will happen, and that's also kind of the mission of Crosser, to have something ready-made solution that is easy to use and almost plug and play, I would say. So that's also my prediction.
Great. Andrea, thank you very much for being part of the Maintenance Analytics Summit. Thanks to Crosser for being partners.
Thanks for inviting us.
And thanks for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.